Welcome back to Lost in Time. So, let's go into the next level in the 1930s. And objects in the mirror are closer than they appear.
Love the little cats that this one's actually in the trash can.
Hey, Muggsy, look, a witness. Get that stupid rabbit.
No problem, boss.
Okay, that guy that said get that stupid... He sounded like he was phoning his lines in.
Well, there you go, Joe. But now this is more like a traditional Rocky and Muggsy cartoon where they want to kill him because he's a witness. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a vehicle level.
A vehicle level. The only real major problem I have with this particular level is that there's a lack of intuitiveness in some sections. Specifically, I'm going to point out that particular detour is quite difficult when you're doing it for the first time because you'll see. Hold on.
I actually really liked this level as a kid.
Yeah, there you go. Got it.
Yeah,
it's a bit because the thing about the controls of this car. I'm trying to kill myself so I can restart.
Well, clearly you don't by going. Oh, there you go.
See.
Basically, you have to bang the car 3 times to kill yourself, or have a collision with one of the trucks.
Basically, because the trucks kill you in one hit. Go on, too.
They also showcase this in one of the trailers, if I remember correctly.
This is also on the back of the case, too. They show a picture of this. But look at that.
Oh,
now
come
we're
on.
chasing them.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, timing is key in this level. Again, once I nailed this level down, I actually really enjoyed it as a kid.
Also, if I remember correctly, pressing the X button lets you use the car horn.
I'm pretty sure X was used for acceleration and circle was the whole...
No, the car goes automatically.
I could have sworn that there was an accelerate button.
That's one of the entire point of the controls, because you are forced to steer the car, while it's the vehicle while it's moving, but you don't have too much control otherwise over it.
And there you go. Alright, so basically in order to get any items that are there, just going to the ramps, like so.
So you can use them as ramps.
Yes.
Whee! I really could have sworn that there was an accelerate button, but maybe like with the hover button, I'm mistaking this with Crash Bandicoot 3.
Alright. Let's keep going, and there we go.
Honestly, though, the more I look back at this game, the more I wonder if, that the devs were inspired by Crash 3. Actually, was Crash 3 out at this point? Let me check.
Yeah, and now we're all running on a bicycle.
Now spamming X instead lets you spam the bike ring to it.
Yeah.
Alright, this particular...
Crash...
Go on.
So Crash Bandicoot came out in 1998.
So same year.
Once again, same year.
Huh.
Also, I love how some tracks are music tracks. I mean, I love how some of them they keep going back and forth, or whether they're high quality or low quality in terms of sound.
And there we go.
RAM.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Well, might as well use this point since we didn't talk about specifically who the composer is. So can you check? I know that he's basically regular for this team, So
let's see. The composer is called Gilles Leville.
Oh god, French. Post it, I might be able to read it.
French Canadian.
There we go. Yeah, Gilles Leville. Or Leville because there's an accent.
But yeah, I honestly do enjoy that chase level.
Great.
What else has he done with?
Perfect. You have completed this.
What else
level.
has Gilles done?
The most recent thing he's done was a film called Felix and the Hidden Treasure.
Save your position.
Huh.
Anyway, as Pedro's shown, the chase level is one of the easier ones to complete since you don't need any super special abilities to collect all the stuff.
And we unlocked the secret level of the 1930s, La Corrida, which is inspired by a short where Bugs is a bullfighter.
Yep.
You might remember how we also fought this bull as a boss battle in our second Taz game for the Mega Drive / Genesis.
Yeah, the shot is popular enough that the bull himself kind of became a sort of a recurring character for some video games, despite the fact that did not appear that much otherwise.
He was a staple in Space Jam.
This boss battle is especially easy. All you have to do is go towards one of these targets. The camera will even switch so that you can see where the bull is, and just get out of the way. As you can see, it's very easy to do so.
It's literally a bullfight boss.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I would have thought that he would have gotten stuck and they would have added an extra bit where you need to kick him while he's stuck there, but no, it's legit just baiting him.
Yep, it's just...
These particular levels that you unlock with the golden carrots are meant to be, just more easy one-offs that are meant to just be straight adaptation on some of these shows. So I get the idea why they will, not be too complicated.
I do find it a bit funny that the extra level for the 30s gives you the bullfight stage. Granted, I guess
maybe
to be fair,
they genuinely thought it would have been the more appropriate for, the more appropriate time to put it in.
And to be fair, I don't think there's ever been a Rockin' Muggsy cartoon that doesn't take place in the 30s, so do something.
And that's
Bye.
Well, at least you get cheered.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
And yeah, you might have noticed earlier I did unlock Vortex Room. That's that boss battle that I've been hyping up against Marvin. But we're not going to do it in this part.
Save your position. Bye.
Depending on how the last level of the 30s is, yeah, I think the chase level may actually be my favorite stage in that particular time date.
Alright, now what next? Actually, do I go for... Oh, never mind, I think I do go for that boss battle now. Yeah, the boss battle goes by so quickly, I genuinely missed it when I was skimming the part earlier before we started. Alright, let's do the Vortex Room. By far, in my opinion... Okay, well, technically, I guess you can say the bull fight is technically easier, I guess.
You can make an argument that Elmer thought, boss fight is, also very easy, but that's because it's almost right at the beginning of the game.
I mean, first boss, so...
And second level you unlock.
Alright, so the premise is this.
Wanna be carried. Hey!
Stop, Earthling! This is my special experimental Z15 Astro Mutant Carrot.
Alright, so here's how the boss battle works. And you see, once again, 4 clocks in the air. He throws an instant Martian pill, and before that, the Martian spawn just throw it back into his ship. And the idea is that you have to throw a good amount of Martians to weigh him down and have his ship fall. And that's it. Just keep throwing Martian pills at him, and he'll die. It's that simple.
Keep in mind that if you dilly-dally too much, he will try to push them off, and that also means regaining a bit of health in terms of boss fight. Otherwise, like Pedro said, it's very easy. Like I mentioned this in when we did Resistance Retribution, because that game had a section that was similar to this, but in reverse.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is the boss battle. There you go. And we get 4 clocks for this. The game literally just threw 4 buns at me.
Again, my best guess, if we're still going off of the idea that this was rushed, is like, with this being the last level, they basically went, okay, put all remaining clocks stocked here.
There you go. We're done. Hell, the game even automatically takes us out of the stage. There's not even any golden carrots here, it's just 4 clocks and that's it.
Like, shoot, we don't even do anything with the device he was talking about or the carrot in there.
Great. Just perfect. You have completed this level.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
And we're locked in which way to Albuquerque in the medieval period. Alright, if I remember correctly, I think that's the next level I'm going to do next, because you actually get a new ability in that level. So,
Yeah, if I recall correctly, all the abilities that you unlock, you get to unlock them just in the medieval times levels.
alright, let's go. Alright, here it is. Which way to Albuquerque? Only 1 clock and 8 golden carrots.
Ha. Which way?
Yes.
Gee, carrot soup. Hey, what's up, witch doctress? Hey!
Well, I don't think Bugs Bunny was known for being smart, so...
Depends on the author, Liz.
Depends on who's writing him.
Get 10 of these objects to receive.
Yeah, this is a chase level with a timer, and you also have the Acme Box collectibles.
Yeah, the clock...
More
Which is-
peakishness to it.
It's weird that
I
it's
think
a
it's fine,
timer.
honestly.
It's weird that it's a time stage because Witch Hazel gets ahead of you anyway, so like I'm making a timer.
Because challenge. That's it. Remember, Jovi, you have to think like a game designer.
I'm asking. Well, again, I'm thinking in-universe narrative-wise. Like, I
I
mean,
guess
honestly,
it's like,
That's the thing, Jova.
Like-
I genuinely believe a lot of the time the concepts for these levels, they weren't thinking about in-universe logic. They just thought video game level, challenge, that's it. That was all the thought they put into this.
it's like
Okay.
why not just make this a chase level like the Rocky and Muggsy chase level?
Well, to be
I guess
fair,
this is,
to be fair, that's to make this, you know, like, different, instead of just a rehash of that. I actually really
it
like
could
this
be a
level.
type of level that they do, but I digress.
I guess
But
this
yeah.
is the closest you get of actual confrontation with Hazel.
Basically. As long as you keep getting clocks, you should not really run out of time. All you really have to do is make sure you keep an eye on golden carrots and make sure to break any acme boxes you see. If you manage to get to the end of the level and take down all acme boxes on the way there, you'll get the clock. It's that simple.
I'm guessing maybe the idea here is like she's the equivalent of what Mario bosses tend to do nowadays, essentially turning the level itself into a boss fight, albeit obstacle course.
Alright, so now you go into this log so you can get yourself some golden carrots and a couple...
Yes, game, I did play Frogger. Even got the little lily pads too.
There you go. And we also have an acme box here, so let's get it. Alright, that's 6 so far. Let's carry on.
6 out of 10, too many boxes.
Alright. Oh,
No.
yeah, it's okay. I can just restart right from here. And since I already have the carrots, I can go straight through here and straight into the...
Yeah, Bugs Bunny's hydrophobia is it's even worse than Sonic's.
It's true, like Sonic usually can at least traverse through some water.
I think one of the big things in the sequel is that you can actually swim, although I don't think it's utilized that much.
That's 7
in the Looney
boxes.
Tunes Back in Action game, bugs cannot touch water.
No, I was
Daffy,
talking
however,
about
can
Time
swim.
Busters.
Oh, I know.
Since it's
I
a
was
direct
just-
sequel to this.
I know, I was just adding on to the topic of swimming in Looney Tunes games.
Ow.
Alright, this is actually the final section of the level. So, 8 boxes.
I do get what Gribbs means about the soundtrack fluctuating. Like, this is actually a pretty good track, but I'll admit, for the most part, some of the medieval tracks haven't really been doing it for me as much as other ones.
That's 9. The final Acme box is right at the end of it, after this hole. So, alright, and we got all 8 golden carrots, which means we've completed this level. Oh.
Aim better.
And there you go, that's the final Acme box and the clock. However, before we leave, there's Merlin. And there's also a little cart here, I don't know why, as a trampoline, because there's no reason for it to, I guess.
Hello, Travel Hare. I can teach you a magical trick if you like.
Great!
All right.
Yeah, this leads
listen
credence to my
carefully,
idea that
Rabbit.
this time date
I'll
is
teach you a
Merlin's home
magical
time date,
tune
since
that
this is
activates
pretty much where he
several
teaches
devices.
you most of your power-ups, if I recall correctly.
I think all of them, Jova, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it's actually all of them.
Like, again, my fear is that nowhere is where he goes off to train, but, like, this is, like, his home time.
Great. Just perfect. You have completed this level.
Kind of a bit of a shame that we don't
Let me
confront
save
Witch
your
Hazel at the
position.
end of what's arguably her level, but I digress.
Like, again, a lot of these levels just have the villains being present in it at the beginning, but then they never appear in it. You know, like Sam in the cave.
His lair.
Follow the Red
Yeah,
Pirate
the-
Road.
Yeah.
Although, to his credit, at least by that point, he'd gotten, like, 2 boss fights, at least.
Alright, so next up, there you go, Joe, that's the one. It's 120 clocks
Now
to finish
we're going
there.
back to the Stone Age.
Yes,
But wait, do you have enough for it?
I actually forgot what my thought process was here.
Maybe you were thinking that you had missed something, but no.
Yeah, I think I'm just checking if I missed something here.
God, I forgot Stone Age really had only 3 main stages aside from its extra one.
Alright, I guess.
This game's a lot smaller than I remember it being. Then again, I was a kid, so, you know, stuff seemed a lot bigger to me.
Obviously. Yeah, let's go back. I think I'm going to go back to a What's Up dock and get the clock that I missed, because it's actually relatively early in the level, so might as well. Let's do that. Yeah, skip the cutscene.
You know, how sad is it that this game was apparently ahead of games from the 6th and 7th generation that won't let you skip cutscenes when you repeat them?
Hell, even Metal Gear Solid 1 lets you skip cutscenes. I mean, Alright, moving on. Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah,
See,
it was off about. I think the first time you miss is because you need to use the army crates to jump on top of the platform.
Yeah, this is actually one of those, because your first instinct, it's a bit of a trollish move on part of the developers, because your first instinct when you find an Acme box is to break it. But you actually need this particular Acme box to get to that clock.
Admittedly, to the game's credit, in as early as Nowhere, they do hint that you will be using some Acme crates for platforming, since they warn you that they'll break, essentially, unless you land on them softly.
There we are. Now the level is complete. Alright, let's leave.
Yeah, look, it's just
I do like that the level does let you exit, you know, and, you know, it essentially saves what you've gotten.
so it's like kind of like Spyro.
Because, like, a lot of games would force you to exit the level properly.
In this level.
Oh no, if the exit level option took back anything you've obtained, and you were forced to go all the way through the level every time you want to get something, then this game would dock at least 3 full points for me, because man, that would make going through the game a slog.
Yes. Again, it's interesting because a lot of games in the future would do exactly what we don't like, so for all the flaws this game has, it is ahead of its time on a lot of stuff, too.
Well, you can make instead the argument, Jova, that you know, later generations had some regressions. We have seen that, like you mentioned, when it happened with shooters, with stuff like, you know, restricting your movement, for example. It's not like, games are just immune to, either forgetting or getting worse on different stuff.
Fair point, fair point.
Get 10 of these objects to receive a clock symbol.
Say, Moyle, when you say that I should, get them, shouldn't you specify occasion a little bit about whether that means to break them or to collect them?
The line was recorded probably before that, so we just added
You'll
a
have to
generic
figure
way.
that out for yourself.
Dipshit.
But yeah, no, part of my headcanon is that this is Merlin getting his revenge for what happened in Nightmare Hair. Since, again, if he's a time traveler, my bet is that he does recall bugs from some point, essentially.
Well, there's also the fact that, again, as Pedro mentioned, me and him have seen the short again recently. In that one, he did use the magic powder to do his stuff. That's how also Bugs outsmarts him. But instead, in here, he seems to be just able to do things on his own.
So I guess he flexed a little. Or, he
There you
did some
go.
practicing.
And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Never again will the music ability be needed ever again after this.
Well, there's the level in the 30s we haven't used.
Oh yeah, that is
yet.
true. That is true. The
Well,
first
like I said, 2 times.
two times. Yeah. That this one time, that time in the 1930s. I think I'm gonna do it after this actually. After this part, we will not be needing this ability again. So yeah, this particular ability is like the ability that gets used the most is definitely the super jump one.
Easily.
Alright, so the basic idea... Okay, so and you can see there's an Acme box here. And you also have these platforms with a golden carrot at the end. Right there. So let's get this first. Alright, let's go back now. And there we go. Now we just drop in here. And we get the clock. However, if the gate even open. However, if you need to go back up, fortunately the game throws you a bone by having a super jump panel here. There you go.
Gets to save you the trouble of having to go for that long animation with the bird again.
Yeah. There we are.
Ollie ollie action free.
Alright, now let's actually go through here, see what's in here.
I guess we can assume it's Merlin that's leaving these magical platforms across time.
Mm-hmm.
Possible.
Okay.
Again, if my headcanon is correct, then my guess is that he's just doing this as a subtle way to get back at Bugs, but he's not cruel, so he'll still let Bugs go back to his own time, if he survives.
I get the feeling, Joe, that you're putting a lot more thought into the world building and the story of this game than the developers did.
Well, it's a PlayStation era game. Not saying all were like this, but, was the style of the time.
I'm more surprised that, just because it's on the PlayStation, they did not bother of having, actual CG FMVs, or instead having some cutscenes with the in-engine, which in hindsight, made the game actually age more gracefully, because I can't begin to imagine how weird, a PS1 CG box would have looked like.
I mean, if anything, if they were to have FMVs in this game, it would make a lot more sense to have them actually be hand-drawn and actually look like the shorts.
Or just
What about
recycle
fitting those on a PlayStation disc?
Or do like some
Well,
of the
plenty of
Disney
games do
did
that, though. I mean...
Or
Look at
do,
a PlayStation. Going to.
or do like some of the Disney games do and recycle the actual, animation, in this case from the shorts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the dealio is like, well, they had to be very compressed in those regards.
Oh, sure. I mean, but the Hercules video game was able to do that just fine.
It was, it depends, Pedro. Again, it's a bit all over the place. With stuff officially licensed by Disney Interactive, yes, it manages to work out mostly fine. The audio quality was a bit wonky, but the video one was mostly fine. It's for the third-party stuff like Goofy's Funhouse, which was, published by Ubisoft, where the actual, animation sequence that they had borrowed were just ugly to look at. For some reason, they were compressed in such a terrible format.
Remember,
What is in those apples that are able to weigh down a stone fountain?
Jova, lead.
Yeah. Hey, Dwebs and Tail, remember when we did the Tintin PS1 game? Jesus Christ, those CG cutscenes. And
Yeah.
and Liz was not particularly keen on the guy they got to voice Tintin because his voice doesn't fit the character at all.
Have you actually tried the Cigars of Pedro since he has been out for a
No,
while?
I'm waiting for a sale. Don't worry, don't worry. I'm saving that for another one of like a return to the Teo, Dwibs, and Pedro runs because we haven't had one of those in a while. We haven't had one of those in a while. I'll save that for one of those times where it's only the three of us here.
Well, to make a long story short, too late.
late.
I honestly feel that probably the main reason we didn't get, CGI cutscenes was, I'm guessing, due to lack of budget. Not to say that this game was made El Cheapo, but I do get the feeling it wasn't given, like, a gigantic budget to, like, the lengths of, say, a Final Fantasy game.
No.
No, obviously not.
Again, Infogrames was basically the equivalent of what Microids is right now, doing a lot of licensed games in very quick succession.
The Conquest from Planet X, and this particular level actually does take place on Planet X, as it's shown in the shorts.
So, does this mean Planet X was always a part of Dimension X?
Yeah, that's the weird part. Again, why not just call it Space or Mars? Or again, more appropriately, Mars. Just call it Mars.
Or just in a... Oh, well, it's supposed to be an era, just call it the far future.
Yeah,
the point of this is time travel, so why not say the future?
or hell, the space exploration age or something along those lines, right? To go along with the pirate eaters and medieval period motif, right?
Maybe they're operating on the same logic of Rocket Robin Hood and say that, it's like Dementia 5.
They call
time and space different.
Oh, actually, okay, never mind. We have the Stone. Okay, so Stone Age, medieval period, pirate eaters, 1930s. I guess for this one, yeah, whose era? Yeah, the space exploration era. There you go. There's your name. It even keeps up the motif of age, period, years, thing. So there you go. There's your better name for that era. I just pulled this out of my ass, developers. Literally just now.
Yeah, if I recall correctly, it's on the second floor, the music note.
Let's go in there then.
There we go. Nearly.
Fun fact: the little shorty Rocky that is now iconic. He wasn't always like this. Originally, back in the early '40s, there was a different Rocky gangster character that was taller, and it was clearly more modeled after Al Capone in terms of his design.
It's that MIDI keyboard.
Sorry, Dwibs, we can't afford to have the entire Warner Brothers orchestra to play the music.
I mean, it's just a piano.
The fun fact, that's the interesting thing about it, like, according to one of the other voice actors, aside from Mel Blanc, who did the shorts for back then, in the behind-the-scenes videos for the Looney Tunes DVDs and Blu-rays, he said that the reason the shorts used the Warner Brothers Studio Orchestra, like the same orchestra that did the movie, is because, according to him, back in those days, whenever the Warner Brothers Studio Orchestra didn't have an Humphrey Bogart movie to score, they would just sit around and play cards because they had nothing else to do, right? Mm-hmm. So Jack Warner told Carl Stalling, the composer of the Looney Tunes shorts, okay, let's put him to work. You can use the entire Warner Brothers orchestra for the shorts.
I mean, it really just makes sense. You basically, on a company equivalent, you have an asset, so use it as much as you can. If you don't, otherwise, have him not do anything.
And that's basically what set the standard for Warner Bros. Cartoons. One of the key essentials for Warner Bros. Cartoons is the 90-piece orchestra that with really loud, wacky music that further elevates the comedic value of each short. Which is why, and you can see this in the behind-the-scenes features for the DVDs of the first season of Tiny Toons, when Steven Spielberg started his Tiny Toon Adventures and Animaniacs projects, he was very adamant when he was talking to his fellow producer, I forgot her name, And Steven Spielberg, in the middle of the conversation, just said randomly, and yes, and obviously we're going to have a full-blown orchestra for these cartoons. And the other producer told him, no, we don't do that anymore. That will be. And Steven Spielberg was all like, no. We're going to have a full orchestra for these cartoons. Man, I miss the time when Steven Spielberg was, less corporate in his behavior.
I mean, to give him credit, he did revive the Animaniacs.
True, but those new shorts don't have a full orchestra in the music, do they?
Also,
I'm pretty sure they do, but yes,
was his version of West Side Story considered better than the original?
It's been a long time.
I know that it was very well received. I don't know about how it was compared to the original, though.
Let me save your position.
And that's it. The 19. We have one more golden carrot that I missed, but again, I'll get it later. That's it, everybody. Tune in for the next part then.
See ya.
See you then.